Hello everyone, welcome to EditUp. So today in the success story session, we have with us Mr. Rishabh, who has in his first attempt in any of the government exam has cleared the RBI grade B. So it was his first attempt in RBI as well as he never ever prepared for any other government exam. So it was a big achievement, I can say, like hitting 6 in your first try only. So tell us something about your educational qualification and how you came into the RBI. Why did you think that I want to give the RBI? Because most of the people usually go to the UPSC and then they shift to the RBI.
Yes, ma'am. First of all, thank you for inviting me to your session.
Thank you so much, sir.
So I am basically an industrial and production engineer from NIT Jalandhar. So from that only I entered into a twist. Means from industrial production engineering, I entered into IT company. So I am currently working as consultant over there. So my job profile was not a bit satisfying to me. That was a very genuine thing about me. So I wanted to shift to some career which would provide me a good career growth as well and good understanding of my strengths. So these were the basic things which I was requiring in my career. So and particularly about UPSC, as you said, but I was not having means I was having zero interest in social studies, and that is the basic core part of UPSC. So I was not able to concentrate on UPSC things. So I just have words with my colleague. He was a bit experienced in these things. So he just suggested me about this RBI grade. Means I was not aware of this RBI grade. This is a kind of post which everybody is not aware of.
Yes.
So yeah, so I was made aware of this thing from my colleague, and then I started digging deep into this. That how is it, and what is it about? What is the syllabus? Then I felt that yeah, I can do it for surely. So I started my prep from October 2020 onwards.
Okay. So like you finished your engineering in 2019 and after that you continued with some job in the private sector. And after that you started your preparation in October 2020. And
Yes.
you cleared the exam of RBI grade B in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
That's really nice. So as a fresher, usually the people have in mind that like you are from the engineering background and there are many subjects like general awareness, ESI, finance. So were you not afraid while starting that will I be able to do it? Will I not be able to do it?
Yeah, obviously this fear is in everyone's mindset. Means whenever anybody starts with some new thing which is very new, means I had to start from zero, of course. So there was a fear, but as I said, as Mountain Dew ad is said, that dar ke aage jeet hai.
Yeah.
So I followed that.
Yes, really nice. So we knew about you, like your education qualification and the journey, the small journey, but a successful journey, I can say, that you followed. And now I think we can just go on to the strategy part, like phase one.
Sure.
Okay. So in phase one, there are four categories, like the quant reasoning and the English and the GA. So what was your perception of the quant and reasoning part? Easy or?
Yeah, quant and reasoning were difficult and tricky this year as compared to previous year. Means pattern was also changed. For phase two also pattern was changed, but for phase one it was little trickier as compared to previous one.
Yes. So like, did you do many mock tests for the quant and reasoning or you started from the basics, like from books or something?
No, I didn't read from books. I basically gathered the concepts from YouTube videos and whatever materials are available on Google. Means if you will search, you will find a lot of materials there. Every concept you will find. So just I gathered the notes for every topic. I revised them and I started from scratch with the mock test only. From different platforms, I started with mock tests.
Okay. Okay. So you wanted to just see that you just cleared your basics from the YouTube videos and then you started giving mock test for the quant and reasoning. And for English, the same mock test?
Yeah, same for QRE.
Okay. For three of them. Okay, nice. And now coming to the GA, because you are from the engineering background. So usually the GA is not very familiar. Like people do not have the habit of reading the newspapers or like you are also not from the UPSC background. So how was GA for you? How did you start prepping for GA?
Yeah, it was a little difficult at the start. Obviously, it is very difficult for everybody who is not into newspapers and all. So I just followed 2, 3 channels on YouTube, which were very constant for me. With daily current affair videos they are giving, and so I just follows those videos, and I just kept on writing notes over those videos. And just after every week, I just kept on revising those notes. So this practice gave me confidence over GA also.
Okay. So for quant reasoning and English, you just did mock test. You cleared your basics and then you did mock test. For general awareness, you were like, you saw many of the videos from different YouTube channels and then
Yeah.
you gathered the notes, like, and
Yeah.
then revised from it only.
Yes.
Okay. There was a question that how many times of revision is necessary, because you can't remember all of the small details, and the
Correct.
small details are the things that is asked in the exam. So how did you revise?
Yeah, as I said, like if you gather the notes for 1 week, then you can revise that 1 week notes over the weekend. So this thing I followed, and it helped me a lot. Means in 1 month it will be around 4 weekends. So every week will be covered on weekend. So yeah, this will be recovered in your mind.
And how many times of revision, like 3, 4 times, or you did more times of revision?
This thing means near to the exam I did. Means when phase 1 exam was very near, so I prepared one plan to revise the entire syllabus 15 days before the exam. And in that 15 days, I scheduled everything according to my strength, that what is my strength and what is my weakness. If general like current affairs was my weakness, means everybody can forget it. So I just scheduled this current affairs part very near to the RBI exam. Means like if the exam is on 6th March, then I revised every month's current affair from 1 to 5 March. So it will be there in your mind very freshly.
Yeah, because general awareness is all about like learning the facts. So it is better that you do it on the last part so that it is fresh in your mind.
Yes, because exam is like means very facts are factual exam is there. Numbers are asked, so you need to remember all these things.
Okay. So the strategy that you opted was like revision on the weekends for the whole week, as well as you did it like final revision was on the last part.
Yeah.
So when the RBI phase 1 was very near. Okay, that's good. And so for the GA, did you read any newspaper? Because you said that you followed the online YouTube channels.
Yeah, I didn't read any newspaper. Means I didn't feel like reading newspapers will help me regarding this GA part, because already I said that numbers are being asked, and if you are reading constantly, if you are watching the videos constantly every day, and you are writing up notes and revising it, then that would suffice.
Okay, that's nice. I think for phase 1, it is enough. I would like you to give a message to the freshers, I guess. Like when you started the GA, you must be also like scared a little that so much is asked, so much I have to remember. So anything that you want to say to freshers that how they can get the GA and make it easy for themselves?
One message only, that constant revision would help. Means there is not any juice or any cold drink that you will drink and you will remember everything. So constant revision is necessary. Just like I focused on my strength, that how many days I can retain in my mind. So over weekends I planned my revision. Then over last days of RBI exam I planned my revision. So everybody has to focus on their strength, that how can they revise. So I would say revision is the key.
Okay, that's nice. So we can move to the phase 2 part, I guess. Yeah, so phase 2 also has like English, ESI, and the finance and management part. So we will start with the English. How did it has 3 things: essay, précis, and the reading comprehension. So what was in your mind, that from where did you start? You started from essay?
Yeah, from scratch only. Like from October I started my prep. So from October only I scheduled, after every 2 days I would write one essay, one précis, and one RC. So after every 2 days I would practice these 3 things. So this was the strategy for me.
Okay, there was a question like mostly the freshers have the misconception that the UPSC people are also writing the paper and they are better in the descriptive part because they have done so much of the practice. They have written pre and mains also sometimes. So like, was there the same misconception in your mind also that you won't be able to clear it maybe because so many UPSC aspirants are also writing the same paper?
No, ma'am. I was not focusing on other participants. I was focusing on myself only. That can I clear or not?
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
that's a really good message, that you should focus on yourself, that how capable you are, that you can
Yes.
write it and you can do it nicely. Because if you
Yeah.
keep on focusing on others, they might have some other like loophole in their practice, in their
Okay.
work. So yes, you should only focus on yourself, and you should not go into these kind of misconceptions and demotivate yourself. So
Mhm.
okay. So for English, you did like you kept on practicing, and you kept on practicing writing after every 2 days. And like, what was your, when in the exam, what was your criteria? Like, you started from essay or you started from the reading comprehension?
I started with essay. Yeah, I was bit confident in essay that I can write it very well. So I started with essay. Then I chose RC and then Pressy, because Pressy requires you to read the entire thing very well, so that you can summarize it all in good words. So
Yes.
that I took at last.
Okay. Okay, nice. Now I think we can move to the ESI part. And
Sure.
the ESI is like, it was new to you because you are from the engineering background again. So how did you cope up with the fact that you are new, and how did you started prepping for the ESI?
Yeah, it was very new to me. I started with zero, but I gathered, just like with phase one only, I did with phase two. Means I gathered concepts of every topic from the basic videos which are available on YouTube. Like you can search on GDP, you can search on national income, everything you will find on YouTube. Just gather understanding from there and then start digging deep into it if you have time. So that I did from the very scratch.
Okay. And how did you prepare for the like descriptive part? Because it came only on January, the notification came that it will be descriptive. So you were afraid about it, or you were like, yeah, it's my good point, so I will be able to clear it nicely?
No, no, definitely it was not good point for me. It was a kind of shock for everyone that pattern is suddenly changed, and 1 month was only left. So I means whatever revision I have scheduled for that particular 1 month. So I have transformed that revision into descriptive part. Like if I would revise first chapter in the next day, then in the next day only I would frame out some questions out of that chapter, whatever I can think of. Like if I'm reading the GDP chapter, then many questions can come into your mind, like how India's GDP is performing since last 1 year, how it is impacted by COVID-19. So these are the questions which you can frame out very easily, and then you can practice over that question or over those questions. So I followed this strategy.
Okay, so you kept on practicing for the descriptive part only, also
Yeah.
with
Yes.
your other preparation.
Yes.
And like the GDP and the topics that you are saying is the static part of the ESI, or like how did you focus on the current affairs?
Current affairs, yeah. Like I said, I was preparing notes for current affairs and revising over the weekend. So that was covering phase one and phase two both.
Okay, and so you
Yeah.
did a integrated preparation for
Mhm.
phase one and phase two. That's why
Yeah,
you kept on.
integrated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so that's clear. Like, did you focus too much on ESI static, or you were like many, like very less question comes from the static part? So you were
No,
like,
as 50% as was made of subjective. So there was no chance that static would be asked much. Means this was in the mindset of ours. But when we saw paper, so means many questions were about static only. So this requires your knowledge of both static and current affairs. I would suggest to aspirants also that focus uh, on both, not prioritize anything over another. Just focus on both static and current both.
it's also like, if you know static part, you know the definition of GDP, then you will be able to understand that why this percentage is there, that why the
Yeah.
RBI is changing the policy, why the repo rate or reverse repo rate is being changed. So you need to understand the definition to understand the current affairs also. So that is also a good point, I guess, for
Yeah.
understanding the static.
And in descriptive answers also, you need to collaborate between current affairs and static part. Means that would be a very good attempt by any candidate if he is writing the static part and then integrating with some current affairs which is happening in the world. So that would definitely impress the checker. So that I followed. Yeah.
So we can say that before the change happened, then we can say that before it was like static was not important, but now the descriptive is also there, so it becomes very important now, the static
Yes.
part also.
Yes.
Okay, so this is a new knowledge, new learning for the aspirants, that before maybe you were not focusing on static much, but now for the descriptive part, you need to understand some of the definitions, some of the basics of the
Yeah.
ESI.
One thing I would like to share, that one question was asked about in management, that what is the difference between transactional and transformational managers. So this is very static part. Means if someone has just read about the definitions of transactional and transformational, then he would not be able to attempt this question with the question was of 4 points or 5 points we have to write. So he will not be able to attempt much over that. So that is why we have to focus on static and current both.
In management, usually the static comes. That though is
Yeah. In management, yeah, it is static.
In
Yeah.
ESI, usually the people have the confusion between the static and the current. So it's like in ESI also, do not leave the static part. Like understand some of the basic definitions at least, because it won't be asked in a very high level. It will be asked in a like normal level. In the
Yes.
small definitions will be asked, or small definitions you can write to enhance your answer. Any points that you can give to the aspirants that how they should write the answer? Points, something.
Yeah, every answer should be in points, not in paragraph, because in paragraph it is my habit also, I get bored in reading paragraph, so it might be boring to checker also. So that is why I would suggest that write in points, organize your points, like whichever point is very much relevant to the question, very much recent in the current, so that you write at the top and then prioritize like these. So this will help you.
Okay, so write your answers in points and prioritize that what is the important point and what is not so important.
Yeah.
So according to that, write the answer. Okay. Now we can move to the FM, I guess. First of all, tell us the sources about the ESI also. Many of the students will be like interested in knowing the sources.
Yeah, so regarding the sources, first I gathered the understandings from YouTube videos only, and then after, for digging deep into every topic, I chose the notes which were available on internet of Practice Mock platform is there. So I chose that notes, and that was very comprehensive and helped me a lot in the preparation.
Okay, that's nice. So again, just some websites you can search, or some YouTube channels, and you can make your notes, your own notes. That will be better.
Yeah.
Okay. Then now we can move to the FM. So finance and management is also very new to you because of your background. So how did you started prepping for finance and management?
Same as that of ESI. Means I just picked every topic from the finance and just Googled it and watched videos on YouTube. Then I just gathered the concepts, and after that I chose that notes of Practice Mock, and that was very comprehensive and helped me over that too.
Okay, so finance and management both, you just made your own notes and then you started prepping from it. Okay, so no special source that you followed?
No special source.
Okay, no special source, just some YouTube videos.
Sorry?
No special. No special notes. You just followed some of the like basic ideas from the YouTube channels. Okay, and the models like
yeah,
some of the management models comes and it is a little typical. So you just followed the YouTube videos, right? For that also.
Yes, means exam is not so difficult that means there is some kind of misconception that people think that RBI grade B exam is very much difficult and questions are very much difficult. So that is not so. If you will rely on the concepts, like what is the basic concept of every topic, why we are studying that, so that would suffice. And obviously now exam would be asked in subjective part. So I think reading concepts would suffice.
Okay, so you need to just stick to your syllabus and you need to just understand the concepts of what they want. That's it. That will suffice the whole prep.
RBI would never ask out of syllabus. So this is the main thing, just stick to your syllabus.
Okay. And now I think we can move to the interview part. In phase 2, we saw that you did most of your preparation from the YouTube channels. You understood the concepts, you focused on the concepts, and you kept on revising the current affairs area also. So it was going hand in hand. You kept on practicing the writing part also, because that was something new for you also. So now moving towards the interview, was the panel cordial, or they were grilling too much? How was it for you?
No, they were very cordial.
Okay.
I think every panel was cordial.
Yes. So means what kind of questions they asked? Did they ask like too technical questions, or it was like just basic questions?
It was generally based on my opinion-based questions and on my profile, on my working profile. So on these two things, questions were asked to me.
How much marks did you get? How many marks did you get in the interview?
So 45 marks.
So how much marks did you get in the interview?
Yeah, I got 45 marks.
45 marks. Okay. And there was some question that you thought that you won't be able to answer. So you said no for some question, or you didn't know any answer?
This was not the case with me. Means questions were asked, 6 questions were asked, and I was fortunately able to answer every question.
Okay. So it was like a cordial panel who was not very much.
Yeah, it was very cordial.
And you just need to know your own background, because some questions will be asked from your background.
Yeah, I would tell that what is asked in the interview. Like interview is categorized into three parts. First is your profile. If you are working, then you have to know every abouts of your company. You can just Google the about us section of your company and just make the notes over it. And second thing is, if you are not working, then you should be thorough about your educational background, that how it can help in RBI. This is the one definite question that they are going to ask, that if you are from BSc or if you are from any other course, then how that course would help in RBI. So you will have to be prepared for that. And this is the first part. Then second part is the current issues, whatever is happening in the in country and in the outside world. So that you will get from website. So that is very much recent. So you can check every day of what's new section of RBI and make notes over that. And the third part is your phase 2 syllabus. So that is basically the static part. So some questions can be asked from that also.
Okay. Okay. So some questions will be asked from your profile. That is the first part. Either your education qualification, if about the area that you work in, or about the company that you work in, or it can be asked from the phase 2 static part. Such kind of questions can be asked. It is not very technical as some people might think. It is like basic questions and opinion or value-based questions, I can say.
Yes, because job is generalist, so they are not expecting any expert over that. So if you are not answering 1-2 questions, then it is okay, definitely okay.
Yes, you just need to answer in such a way, or you should say no, or you don't know some answer in such a way that they understand that you don't know it, but you are prepping for learning it, like you are going to learn about it. So that should be the attitude, that should be the personality of a person that wants to get into the interview, I can say. Okay, so I think here there was one thing that I wanted to ask from you. Like you were working at that time that you were prepping also. You were doing your preparation.
Yeah, I was working.
So how did you manage it?
Actually, my job was little chill. Means if I take 1 week, then in 1 week I was getting work for only 2-3 days. Remaining 3-4 days I was very free. So I was very much able to prepare.
So it was a work from home, I can say.
Yeah, it was work from home.
Okay, okay. So you were working, still you had time to prepare for it.
Yeah.
And you just need to be focused about your preparation. That's all I think that is needed.
Yes. Otherwise, I would suggest to any aspirant that 6 months are very much needed for the preparation of RBI Grade B. And if they don't have time, means if they are working.
Yes. Yes. So 6 months is like enough for your preparation.
Yeah. Enough.
As you said.
Yes.
And if they are not working, and like in your opinion, can you say that while working also you can prepare, Or you think that no, you have to take holiday or something from your work?
No, no. You can prepare definitely while working. Means obviously it depends on your schedule that how your work is going around. So definitely on weekends you can prepare, or in night time you can schedule your things. But it depends on person to person. But I personally think that while working, it is not the thing which is like impossible. We can definitely do it.
Okay. Any last message that, like, any message that you want to give to the aspirants, to the freshers especially?
Yeah, I would recommend one thing only, that is consistency. Like I started my prep from October and I was very much consistent and stick to my plan that I have to, if I have to clear this, and that then I will have to remain consistent to my schedule, whatever I have prepared. So consistency is the key. If you will remain consistent to your syllabus and to your whatever you have prepared, then you will be able to clear it.
Okay, thank you very much, Rishabh. And it was nice knowing many of the facts from you. And as a fresher, you have given many new tips and many information and cleared many of the conceptions that even a fresher, even a person that is not from the UPSC background, can clear it easily. Like he did it in like less than a year. So if you prepare with your whole mind, you can clear it too. So that was the main idea from this interview, I can say. And the freshers that will be
Yeah.
seeing must be very much inspired after seeing you. So here, thank you so much, Rishabh. Thank you for the interview.
Yeah.